Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of We Die Too Much in TGL's Monday Corner, and today we are continuing the last case of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney in the first game. I think I'm just gonna start the game for now until people kind of show up, and then I'll have a few things that I kind of want to talk about just kind of casually because, you know, life has updates sometimes. Not that it's a very important update, but, you know, just for fun. Anyways. Right now we are doing the trial, and I'm gonna skip this part because we had already done this before I logged off the last time. It just didn't save. So let's quickly go through that. This is the part where she was talking about, or we were talking about how she was different from Mia. Being that Mia's a defense attorney, but she wasn't. I'll be alone in there, so I had to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it! Let's do it, Mr. Wright! I'll be with you the whole way! I wonder what's in the bag of hers with all the test tubes and stuff. Oh, and I don't know if anyone is, interested, but I have here an extra large cup of Turtle's hot chocolate. I just, discovered how good it is, and that no matter what size it is, it's $2. So I have been drinking this for a little bit. Not that long, mind you, because not enough to be judged, of course. But I have been adding more and more hot water to it because it is quite sweet if you don't dilute it. And even if you dilute it, it's it keeps the flavor. Unless you guys are really into really sweet stuff, then don't bother diluting it. The size for $2 is already enough, but you know, I'm getting my money's worth completely for sure. And that's what I'm going to be drinking for the stream. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. How do you guys survive for not working for 2 months, is my question. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I mean, there you go, Phoenix. He's not alone. He has, Emma here. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. Dude, if, she gets released later, it's gonna be really awkward. Although, I guess they're friendly enough to, let bygones be bygones. There was a witness to her crime, the lunch lady. A professional witness. Really? You're gonna call her? Okay, sure. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. Queen? Yeah, professional. Yeah. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. Isn't it kind of weird to eat in the courtroom? Okay. Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession. Edgeworth is so unfazed. Well, Your Honor? How does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts! I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Oh, that would be so gross. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name. Profession. Now. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. Prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth says in the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. Really? Okay. She was a first-rate homicidal detective. Or homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? Oh, aha! I know you who you are. Cough up. Cough up, Queen Angel Star. Oh my god. Hi, Pika. It is a surprise. Your Honor, long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. But that's not her car though. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dried, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Wow, she just called us a loser. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Don't egg her on! Wait, are they talking about me? Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garbage car. Oh, Edgeworth, are you offended? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. She knows a lot. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly cracked? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. You know what? I'm gonna press every single sentence just to see. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Edgeworth, given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. You agree, Edgeworth? Miss Star, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? He was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Star. This boyfriend, he's a detective? Not that boyfriend. The security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Wow, she's so busy. Care to join? But yet another boyfriend is still open for applicants. Oh my god. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Good call, Judge. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime? When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. By garish car, you mean... Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. She's telling the truth. We're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Oh my gosh. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Oh, she has a photo? A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. Oh my gosh. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? Do you think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Yo, how many boyfriends do you have in the police department? Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Oh, damn. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? Chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg from my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor? So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, Chief Prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it! You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that! Somehow... Okay, button. I actually didn't press her on this, so let's press her on this. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like... How'd you say? Oh, yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. Hi, Dino! Young cheese? Pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets, a greenhorn. Then it must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there, in the lot, I sense something stirring in the back of my mind. Okay, so I gotta... find something. I wonder if she's left-handed, actually. Because that's what I see in the picture. Should I try it out? I guess you guys shouldn't tell me. But I'm gonna do this.
Objection!
And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? And why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. He's so calm! That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet, it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See, the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Arg, got a better idea? Yes. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony, namely, that she took the picture at the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. War! these gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Ah, Yemen. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Okay, no. That sounds pretty fatal to me. What would we do? Is this it? Is my sister killed me? Okay.
Objection!
Oh, shoot. I pressed the wrong button. No! Sorry. I pressed the wrong button. I didn't want to present it. I wanted to check, which is enter. It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, what has this a bunch of times? Von Karma, I guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. When she says it, his name does have kind of a ring to it. Hold on. Maybe I'm not. doing with knives like this anyway. Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Okay. Thought maybe we'd see something, but maybe not. Oh, wait. I know. It's not premeditated if she didn't bring her own weapon.
Objection!
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? A bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belong to the prosecutor here? The defendant is the chief prosecutor in the district, no? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why was she not also prepared the most important thing, the murder weapon? There you go. Oh. This knife just happens to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon, it's true. Roar! Yes, 1 damage to the lunch lady. Order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister says get us free. Except Edgeworth here is like, no. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Wow, he read our minds. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. Prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. That's true. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need proof. Need proof. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. Do you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him? It was planned. I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Alright, let's hear it. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge a knife in again and again. Oh, lucky I was just reviewing the evidence just now. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may not cross-examine the witness. I know exactly which statement I want to go for. She's falling apart now. Because this thing says it was only once. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. Oh, that looks so gross though. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, why are you doing my job? What a hunk! He's my hero, really! What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. That doesn't look appetizing. It just looks like ketchup on rice. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now, I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Red muffler? He doesn't have a muffler. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I should know what a muffler is, but... Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself. With this photograph. What? Edward? Oh, okay, well, I enjoy this. Thank you, Edward. Just keep going. Just keep doing, like, helping me out. It's great. I love it. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edward prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there. A scarf. No, not that. But something red, really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. Edward, you should consider switching over to become a defense attorney, I swear. He's amazing, yeah he is. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Yeah, how did she climb over the fence? Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. Most important part? Part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Chief Prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You are quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Chief Prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Okay, I need to see the map again. So she said run to the partition, but she was in B. So how is she so fast to catch up to her? I don't understand that. Let's press her first. You say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. I'm gonna press her. I like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The lunchline car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain-link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing! The Coffin Queen lunch lady athlete, indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? So can I present that as evidence?
Objection!
The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. What? Ah, okay, that's not it then. Oh, I must be on the wrong track? Okay, fine. Hmm. You know what? You mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Is that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes. Chief Prosecutor was talking on her phone. Phone? She can't mean... By phone, do you mean the cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. And no, the court doesn't see Miss Starr. Chief Prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? Right. Near the car. There was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happens to good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony. Things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Saw it all. How she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead. Didn't we find the cell phone, like, not over there? What? Can I press that? Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. Chief Prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. And so she pulled her cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence? Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, Chief Prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Because the phone is... Or rather, the partition... Hold on. Okay, so let's do this again. I think the partition's blocking it though. Okay. How much can I get penalized? Miss Starr, I had to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Lana Sky. Miss Lana Sky. Are you gonna do my work for me? Okay. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Oh wow, what? Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You say you witnessed a crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. Okay, I figured it was the partition. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? What? Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. Grrr. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Sky using that emergency phone. It does seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical. What's the matter, Star? Cat got your lunchbox? Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Star lie like that? Huh? Why would she say that my sister had tried to use the phone but failed? It doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant? Oh, dang, she's right. I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm wrong then. You ordered the patouille on rice, right? Mr. Wright! And I thought you had something there. Oh, shoot. Ugh. One more try. Okay, let's see. Miss Sky used that emergency phone before the murder. I see. I hadn't thought of that. That took the wind out of her sails. Mr. Wright. Oh no, are we? No, am I like done? Okay. Fine. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is... Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, I was stupid. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean... Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. Oh, okay. I think she's visiting her boyfriend and should be at the security room, right? Because that overlooks everything. Otherwise, she can't have really... This is like really obvious if she was over here. This is the only place where she could have been. Security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. You would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Her boyfriend. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony, you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. Cool. Thank you. Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. Guilty will be punished. Now I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright? Doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. Yeah, that was taken at an interesting angle. The truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. She lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference. But what? What would change? I think it's a distance. Should I try it? I only have one try. What happens if I, like, die? Changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. I was scared for a second. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take for her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Star, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness? You... yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Quality of my lunches has gone so low it's incredible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Okay, yeah. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. What the okay. That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking in B block. That's quite a detour. That seems like a little bit too much. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and a spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Objection! I think it's always objection, but hopefully not. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pass out in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. True. I've got lunchboxes that tie pass out into knots, rookie. 5 minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Fortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. Did it? You screwed that, Ken? Shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. That was really close, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Hold it. Mr. Edgeworth, You ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to force off on me. I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the lunchline motto says, you won't be disappointed. She's going to pull out of her lunchbox this time. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. How do you know? One, of course, was the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Our lunch line for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. 3? Okay. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is legal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh no, Mr. Edgeworth! Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really! Prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly... Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Yeah, poor Edgeworth. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was of course the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. That's pretty sly, hiding evidence like that. But why would they have her blood on it? There's nothing sly about a lawyer using the law as a weapon. In any case, science is always on our side. Don't forget, scientific investigation is the wave of the future. Maybe I should investigate this evidence a little more closely. Right? Blood. It's sisters, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Blood here too! On the sole of the shoe? It's got to be the victim's. Oh, thanks, Dino. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood! It's horrible! This blood might be an important clue. Like as in why there's blood on it? Maybe. Let's try it out. Oh no! Okay, I think I had to restart. Damn it. Can I restart? This is really bad. No, don't save. Oh shoot, do I have to do it all over again? Okay, I'm gonna do it really quick then. I didn't think I would like get that wrong. I was trying to show that like if the victim stepped on his own blood, but then the photo shows no blood on the floor, but maybe that wasn't it. Okay, let me like quickly do this. Well, I guess in the meantime, I can just say, like, thanks for getting me into Hello Kitty Island Adventure. That was kind of... It's very cute. I'm quite enjoying, like, all the exploring interactions. And it's really funny because it's, like, a complete opposite of what I was playing before with TMN, which was, like, Outlast Trials. Very different vibe, for sure. Right? Yeah. So I think the only person that I haven't really been able to reach is like the sea area. Oh yeah, yeah. It kind of reminded me of like Animal Crossing too, even though I've never really played Animal Crossing myself. And I really enjoyed the fact that our little cinema roll boy kind of showed us like his like secret like spot. It was very cute. But I was like, you went for Outlast Trials to this. Yeah. I should one day. I really should. I know like a lot of people that or I just know a lot of people who do enjoy Animal Crossing. I'll pick it up. Speaking of Outlast Trials, I think like one of these days I should go back and play that giving people like disease level with you guys because I really wanted to finish that. And actually, surprisingly, I really quite like the downtown quests trials. Oh, 300 hours. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Okay, let's see. I actually forgot what she testified, so I'm gonna have to like... I thought we had her picture before. Or did she not show us the picture yet? Unless there's a statement that I didn't press about. I thought I did this one. No, not this. Okay, yeah, we did the cheese one. Where was this again? I thought we would have gotten the photo. Like, where's the photo? Oh, there we go. Maybe. There we go. There we go, now we can present it. I was looking for this. Objection! So yeah, it's also gonna be like one more week and then I have to go back to work, so I'm just kind of like looking forward to it at the same time not looking forward to it, and then I didn't realize that I had like more stuff to like prep than I thought I did. So it's a good thing that my friend who is currently taking over for me actually like did a bunch of stuff in terms of preparing me to go back to work, which I absolutely adore her for. So thank you very much. So I'm just gonna try to do all of this like this week before I get back, which yeah, seems like I can sort of like finish as long as like I get some time to do it. Namely, like, I thought that I had to finish a course once I, like, for when I renewed the license for the pharmacy, but apparently no. It's because, I'm reapplying to, like, become the licensee again. I actually had to finish the course, like, before I reapply for the thing, which I guess makes sense, and now I had to, like, do that course, which takes about 6-7 hours. I kind of did, like, a third of it today. So hopefully, like, because the first module was a bit longer, the like last few modules be a bit shorter, which means I would have like done a majority of the time for it already, but we'll see. And then I also, actually, I don't know if you guys know, but because I also had to request a criminal records check, you can actually request one to be done like online, and then they'll actually get it done really quick. It was like astounding because I applied for it pretty late at night, and then they got back to me like few hours, and I'm like, who is looking? But maybe they just have everything like automatically done electronically now in terms of like records recovery and looking stuff up. Oh, actually I should stop talking. I had to go on the next section. Okay. Right, and then I had to present the knife because it was planned she would have supplied her own murder weapon. Also, while I like go through all of this again, I'm gonna let you guys know I bought this at Miniso, but I went last week, Tuesday, and I brought my baby with me, and I think she had a really fun experience. So much, but yeah, Miniso has a bunch of these. Some of them are quite expensive, so I didn't like grab like every single cinnamon roll when I saw, but I thought all the prizes, the possible prizes in this box looked amazing, especially the secret one, so I thought, well, I might as well just try my hand on one of them, because when my friend got back from her Japan trip, she actually gave me a lot of these little things that she was able to obtain from those like gacha machines, and they're like really cute. So I've been kind of displaying them on my like long speaker that I use sometimes when I don't want to wear headphones because I'm not like, ah, no, don't die. Anyways, I just hope that you know what I mean. So I was thinking maybe later, once we're done for the trial for like this day, then I'll open up and see if I manage to get the special one or not. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, let's see. I tried to remember what I did. Yes, right. Objection! Oh, add more wax and even... Okay, cool. Where's the muffler part? Oh, shoot! Okay, let's go back. What Peccalore? Okay, explain to me what Peccalore has drama, because that's kind of cool. This picture shows that she was not wearing any muffler. I had to look this up like the first time because, you know, mufflers had different definitions. Like a car muffler, so I was like really confused. But in this case it means like a scarf, so it should be fine. Yes, please inform me, what Peccalore have you seen where you had to like caps lock everything about the drama? I want to know. Cause Pecco does look so innocent. I don't feel like there should be drama for Pecco, man. That's like, if there should be any drama, who would have drama? I would say Hello Kitty would have drama, right? Like, if like I had to choose one. Island friends I can visit are Carl and Ruby, and Carl's description was he's Peckle's friend. And I was looking at his requirements, and the top one was Ruby must be a resident, so I was like, oh, maybe his girlfriend or something that must be present for him to visit. But goes to Ruby's page and her description says Peckle's girlfriend, okay. Interesting. Well, I didn't know Peckle. I didn't know like many of them had girlfriends or boyfriends except for like Hello Kitty. And then someone was saying that like Cinnamoroll has two potentials. One is like Mocha, and then the other one is like I forgot. But yeah, you're telling me Peckle being on the island is not enough for him to visit, but once his girlfriend is a resident, you're all on board? Sus. Who knows? Maybe he's just really shy. And Peckle's not enough for him. I'm just joking. I don't know. I'm just still so surprised that like Ochako is such a jerk, but Wow, Pecco, huh? Pecco. Oh, interesting. So it's Ruby's friend, who, like, by connection became Pecco's friend? I wish there was a skip option.
Objection!
What? Apparently constantly tries to put moves on Ruby, but she stays low to Pecco in the Sanrio world? What? That's so complicated. They're so cute. Why do they have these problems? Okay, cool. Where did you look this up? Is it on the main Sanrio site? Because that's crazy. Okay, cool. Let me keep clicking so that we're back to where we're supposed to be.
Objection! Objection!
Interesting. Although I have to say I'm sorry to like all the Carls out there, but with a name like Carl in Sanrio World, I guess I shouldn't expect that much. So many caviar lunches.
Objection!
Okay, we're getting close. We're getting back to where we were. And we have a full health bar, so that helps.
Objection!
I actually forgot that the lunch lady used to be a detective, because like she was just lunch lady to me. Her lunch lady persona totally overshadowed her detective history or past. Hold on, I gotta check on this. So if I become a lunch lady, you'll forget I was once an accountant? Okay, if you are as flamboyant as this lunch lady as a lunch lady, I will probably forget about your accountant persona too, unless your accountant persona can somehow overrule this lunch lady persona where like, oh, you're gonna get moss lunchbox, whoa, caviar lunchbox. Yeah, I don't know. I feel it would. I feel it would. I wonder, because the shoe... I feel like I should present the shoe, but how should I present it? Unless... Maybe I'll press her for now. I'll press her for now. I don't know. It's quite flamboyant, right? And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off of a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did next. So you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belongs to the victim, Detective Goodman? As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, Ricky? Huh. Well, speak up. Well. Blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. But that's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. They said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Lana's. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she is in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem? Victim's shoe? I'm not imagining things. I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? I wonder if you notice there's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed. There is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. Makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? Maybe read this? There's no blood on the floor? Problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. And where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because... whoop. We checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. I knew you were gonna say that. Order, order, order! Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction, but then we had to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think! Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Oh, can you do it? Oh, Edgeworth, do it. See. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. She slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth is cool. So apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? I don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason he knocked it over? The real reason? I know what you're getting at. Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. What hurt? Oh man. That ties things up quite nicely. Bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence. Yeah, I thought Edgeworth was on her side! Sometimes he's like, yes, and sometimes he's not. That reminds me, Miss Guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? That's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong the trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tries to conceal it. But... Enough. There's no need for further debate. Verdict, Your Honor? Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are! You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well... I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness. Don't tell me you have something else?
Objection!
There's so many evidence that Edgeworth knows nothing about. Time for deliberations is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough up, Queen. Look at this. A photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning, and it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt and take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. The last piece of evidence. Very well. This time, I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Why are you laughing, Dreadwolves? What about the photograph? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. My question is, why is there a thing in the exhaust pipe? Is the Nickelback song? Oh, I see, I see. Can I choose that just to see why they have this? Problem is, this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? Just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Yeah, that's why I had to look it up, because I was like, just think of it as a part of the exhaust system, a pipe. See, and I see. What's that suspicious looking claw sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Okay, if you're gonna clean the muffler, you're not gonna stuff a piece of cloth inside. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. Well, Your Honor, how do you feel about that? Actually, I don't feel well at all. I have this pounding headache. No, I meant, what do you think about the... I'm afraid the reason for that headache is you, Mr. Wright. Oh, did I do it wrong? Oh, shoot! Okay, sorry. I clicked the wrong one. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Yeah! Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, roar! Well, it seems we had to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I found myself wondering about that piece of cloth. We leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Yes, thank you, Judge. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Phew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. Still hungry? I mean, I guess the caviar thing wasn't that. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happens to your sister anyway? Apparently apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner! Oh, it's the guy that shaves everywhere. Say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look, see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That's hard. Not hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? Why are you shaving in court? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have really been on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. He wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. No, don't that just beat all. Okay. I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. I saw it. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horn. Sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? It's steak sauce. I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh wee. I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Okay. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. Well, that's a really specific description. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happens to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. Seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock. Who's there? What the? Guy looks like Satan himself or something. It's so weird. What's with this guy? And then there's like a change in music too. A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Yeah, I can't help, it doesn't help that this is like an organ music. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. And now he's giving us hell temperature. Who on earth is he? Ah, it's you! He's not talking. This is really awkward. Oh! Sorry I'm late, Udgy. The rows are packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Oh, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy? Busy smizzy, Udgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy? It seems to be his nickname for the judge? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha, so you're Righto. The attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. He looks sus as hell though, I don't know, man. But he's kinda cool. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at that poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. To think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. But what's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this.
Objection!
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? Your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder isn't like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah. Court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you had to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Oh, come on, just hurry up and open it. Alright, alright. Oh, okay. I'm not controlling this. That's cool. That's fine. Wow, don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. It's dark red stain. Blood? Was that hidden in the muffler? Oh yeah, I was wrapped in the muffler. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife. Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really. Right? Let's make sure this knife still works, stabs Emma. Oh, hello, unoriginal stupid name. I mean, Emma's not annoying, we shouldn't be stabbing her, she's kinda helping us out, right? Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Why? Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Aji. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Objection!
But wait a second, you said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order! 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 Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different... Chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Why can't you say... Excuse me. Oh. Hard to come by this particular life anywhere else. Knife, sorry. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, righto. But I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something, a muffler. Yeah, I don't know what's so special about it, but well, I guess we'll see. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? Oh my gosh. No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help. If you just help me by giving me data on your case. Ooh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Okay, where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. Well, we know of 5:15, so cross that out. What do you think the judge's real name is? Because he's called Udgy? I don't know, it could be a lot of things. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. Evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto? Can't say I've heard of it. Guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about this evidence room. Did we not have access to it in the fourth case? There's something stranger about this than the place where the body was found. Five. 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? Murder at the prosecutor's place and the murder at our place at the very same time. Phoenix doesn't know words. Interesting. Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the... That knife? What are you doing there? Better check this knife out. Oh, are we allowed to? I thought we checked it out already. I guess we can check it again. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6? Maybe it's a case number? It's weird. But I don't remember where. But I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Ugh. I think it's this thing here. Hold on, SL. Hmm. I know it's the person that died, but just trying to see. Said that the numbers reminded him of something. I wasn't sure. What it could be. Just goes to show you, you never know what happened when you light. Or are we just assuming that he ran a yellow light? Huh. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand. Try to understand, Righto. Why is he calling us Righto too? Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. Knife. What was it doing there? This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. Yeah, I mean, the paper does look like a prescription. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. I mean, maybe it's delicate because it broke from whatever it was used for. Good thing is, I read their notes all the time, so I'm kind of used to it. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Okay. I just got this.
Objection!
It did not say S, whatever. Ah, at last, an honest to goodness objection. Knife. Has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Aha! And honest to goodness, what do you mean from Budgie? Great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. This? 6 minus 7s 12/2? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. Turn the name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get? Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that was written on the knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. Why are you hiding it, Chief? You win, righto? I... win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case it was stolen from the department's evidence. That was a bad thing. Oh, I want to press on that. Why? So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, Littleworthy. It was a murder weapon as a It was evidence from a case long since solved. It was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe. I think there isn't a connection there. Okay, we saw this already. Well, now that's linked, let's see. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because okay, let's do the 3% then. Not officially linked. I'm at a loss for words. And creator? What was this? Can I choose another one, maybe? Oh, he did, okay. Happy? Happy. We just got handed our tickets to go down to town on this case. The link between the two cases established. We finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Not officially. Well, now it is, right? Chief. Gant's position is simply this. Connection between these two cases has already been proven. Heh. You don't say. Well, out with it, righto? What's their connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony which is heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had case number on the knife's evidence tag. We also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Can we make it official now, dude? It's always so, like, quiet sometimes. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's an official after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim in the apartment, okay? Yeah, no, it isn't really decisive evidence. Maybe, I mean... I guess it depends on how we're investigating. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? I figured that was like the one that tells us the most. Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. A tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... Hey, that looks familiar. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. Can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? Yep. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? Has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? Oh, same number. Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing. Like you always do. Thanks, Edgeworth. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh ho, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Personnel IDs. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And? This means what exactly? Huh? Wait. That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again! Number the chief of police gave us was... Well, wait a second, Wright. What is this? Mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho ho ho, sharp as attack, Redo, sharp as attack. Wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time and in a completely different location? You think he deserved it? Oh, maybe. I don't know the whole story, so I guess we'll have to see. No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. But what? How? How dare... We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? That's right. Where have we heard that name before? Wait. Aha! Yep. He also has his left hand hurt. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, he didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Ah. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. Oh, ouch. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then Wow, this guy seems kind of manipulative. You can't say that. I know, that's how I felt. I'm like, am I gonna get in trouble? No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over there. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I do my job? No. No! Aww, poor Edgeworth. Seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's charges this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do, you'd better get results, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this? And the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it! Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. Really? There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. The oil drum. Was it empty? Oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor. It's brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Hehehe. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. I knew it. Luminol? What a sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. But me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? That's for a blood reaction. Just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains. I can see your eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. I mean, don't you bleed usually, Emma? Like, this would... I kind of know what you mean, but at the same time, I don't think the wording's quite right. Bloody murder. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course? What's odd about this, scientifically? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright, I'm gonna mark up the floor plans for when we find bloodstain, okay? Sounds good to me. See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Can you just buy it randomly? We received some luminol from a very proud-looking Emma. Can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of feed in doesn't really get my mouth watering. This definitely put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us. What? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes. It was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day, I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me Cough-Up Queen. The Cough-Up Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. Ouch. And you were let go? Or fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... I think I know. Are we allowed to present this here? What do you think about this? SL9 incident. It's written on that. And on that note, Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. I suspected. She knows a lot for like just being a lunch lady now. Selling lunches is not so horrible? I suppose not. SL9 isn't over. Not yet, but I feel like the preparation and everything, especially with the amount of variety she has, is like pretty intense. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Yeah, talk about it. No? I agree, eating lunches is better. Maybe it's... Take a look at this. You. Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. She didn't even look at it. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it. So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite. The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. That? She's not gonna tell us or not. What do you think about this? Okay, never mind. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. Time? That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. Police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any clearer than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved in the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait! Those lunches you sell! There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, poor friends I can help investigate. Star's old poor friends, how many does she have anyway? So when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection! So, Ricky, what? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Oh, thanks. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. And now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. I wonder why they don't check off, like, stuff that we already checked, because this is the same dialogue that she talked about before. That's why I'm not going to read it out loud. So this is the room that you can probably see quite a lot from up there. That probably means she wasn't lying when she said she saw Miss Guy stab him. Where's the security guard anyway? Well, this is just something I heard. But apparently he went out to buy coffee for Miss Starr. That woman is a force to be reckoned with. Here, a phone! Let's see if it works. Oh, okay. It sure helped us knock a hole in that testimony today. Come to think of it, this divider helped our case more than an actual witness. The Great Divider! A chip off the old parking block. It's just a wall, scientifically speaking. So this is the famous oil drum. Well, no time like the present. I'll try to kick it over myself. Hey-ya! That's okay, don't cry. That Lattice guy must be one strong woman. This is where the cars leave the lot. Okay, yep. It's ready. That's where we found that note. So 9 incident. Case that was due for transfer the day of the murder, and the detective in charge of the case was the victim. I wonder what kind of case this SL9 incident thing was. It's kind of hard to guess just knowing the case number. Yep, it's pretty red alright. It's as red as a sports car can get. The body was found in Edgeworth's car trunk, and the lock on the trunk was broken too. So the question is, why did Miss Guy choose his car? So, what model car is it? I think it was called a sedan or a coupe, something like that. Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things. Maybe it is about time I got my driver's license. That's funny. Her assumption for dude. Rope, is it? Yep. He looks like he's just like sliding out of the car though. It's like really weird silhouette. I don't know. I kind of laugh at it. The block is through there. That's where visitors park. So, Miss Starr climb over this fence? It seems so, yeah. The fence is 9 feet high at least. Well, no time like the present. I think I'll give it a little try. Eek! It's okay, don't cry. Maybe there's a Lunchline Olympics team? Looks like Miss Guy is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gann say they'd arrested the suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Oh, okay. Guess we're... I think maybe I'll just stop here just because it is getting a little bit late. So Okay. And then, as I just said before, end this stream, I'm gonna open this box and get. I kind of don't want to open it because the tab itself is not. I'll just do it. Oh, because there's a red tab. Okay. I see. Oh, I think this is the cup one based on how I'm feeling. So it's not the secret one, unfortunately. Well, good thing I bought this because I felt like everyone in the collection was cute, so that's okay. Although the secret one would have been nice too. But let's see. So it is this little guy. With this little wand thing here. I had to stick it. I like how it gives me a little card. Okay. Let me assemble it and then I will show you. So this cup that spins, kind of cute. And then this is the front. Such a small piece. Ah. I think this is a double-sided thing to like sticks the number roll onto the cup, so I'm kind of like trying to pull apart right now. Then I can show because he is a little bit unstable right now. Let's see. There we go. Then there. Guess we'll and we spin that. But yeah, it's pretty cute, isn't it? Yeah, you can find these at Miniso, but I don't know if you can see like all of the different ones if I like put the box close up. But that's the secret one. That's a special one that I didn't get, and then the other ones are the normal. I got the one in the cup, which is the middle. They're so cute, eh? Yeah. Well, I don't regret purchasing it. It's bigger than I thought too, which is kind of nice. I'm kind of glad I got one. And like I said, regardless of which one I got, like everyone in this set was cute, so I am not mad. Thank you, thank you. And now I will display this also on top of my speakers. Ah, no. Not too cluttered. But yeah. Okay. Just wanted to do the unboxing before we left for the day, but yes, thank you so much for tuning in. I was hoping to get through like a little bit more of the investigation, but the trial actually took quite a while, so we'll do the investigation next time, and then hopefully we'll have time for a little bit of trial, because now I realize now I can just randomly save, so I don't have to wait for like the end of anything, which is good. As for announcements, I believe that if Dino is free tomorrow, we should be continuing her stream for Atelier Riser. I have trouble sometimes pronouncing it. And then I don't know if Pika will be continuing Hello Kitty Island Adventure on Saturday. Riza, thank you. Thank you. I was like, I cannot for the life of me remember the spelling of it. If she's free, and if she's not, then she might be streaming something else, but I guess we'll just kind of wait and see what the announcement's like. And then next Monday is Family Day, so unless I can find a game that can kind of fit into that theme, we might continue our Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. But I will also announce it closer to date, and then we can see. Anyways, thanks again for tuning in, everyone. I hope you guys have a good night and a good rest of the week, and I shall see you all next time. Bye and good night.